Live. So today's date, November 29th, 29 Novembre 2021. See? So what we're doing today is really, we're basically doing three things. We're reducing. We're going to be multiplying and dividing. And I'm going to give you a new word. Rational expressions. Okay, so we're going to reduce, multiply, divide. Now the term rational means in math fraction. In math, the word rational just means fraction. So if you ever take an SAT test and they ask for rational numbers, they mean a fraction. Okay, does that make sense? If you're taking a special test and they ask for rational numbers, you know they're asking for a fraction. Okay, so let's take a look at example 1. Okay, so before I do anything, we need to factor. Okay, we need to factor. So I've got a top, the numerator, and a bottom, the denominator. I'm going to factor both. So I'm going to rewrite this as and we know how to factor this. I'll wait for you, because I'd rather have you tell me the answers than me tell you. Now I put an invisible 1 in there because that helps me factor it, but I'll wait for you, okay? So if you can factor, then today's lesson's not going to be too bad, okay? So, all right, help me out. What's this? X squared plus 1x minus 6. What's that top part factor into? What's that factor into? X squared plus 1x minus 6. What's that factor into? X plus, okay, what times what makes 6? What times what makes 6? Okay, 6 and 1 won't make a 1, but correct. What's another combination to make 6? Yeah, how about 3 and 2? So what am I going to write down here? We need a positive 1. How about a positive 3, negative 2? You okay with that? How about x squared plus 2x minus 8? What times what makes 8? Okay, I heard positive 4, negative 2. So I'm going to go x plus 4x minus 2. Okay? Now, we're going to cross these out and reduce this in a second. But before I do that, we learned the other week, and if you weren't here, I'm going to do it again. Okay? Siri, what is 0 divided by 0? Right? Remember that? Come on. Because I recognize my face from asking. Siri, what is 0 divided by 0? Oh, my new phone won't do it.
I think if you hold the power,
you have to hold the power button.
Where?
Just hold the power button. The power button.
Just right there?
Yeah, just hold it.
What is 0 divided by 0?
Imagine that you have 0 cookies, and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And your friends are sad because they don't exist. Oh wow, this escalated quickly.
Bummer, huh? So if you can't divide by 0, right? If I can't divide by 0, if x were negative 4, look at this. What's negative 4 plus 4? Negative 4 plus 4? What's negative 4 plus 4? You can't have 0 on the bottom. What's 2 minus 2?
Negative 4.
It's going to be 0. So 2 minus 2? So you can't have 0. So here's what we know we can't have. Angel, you're right. So what we're going to say right off the bat is we're going to say x cannot equal negative 4 and x cannot equal 2. These are my excluded values, okay? So x can be anything. X can be anything. So x can equal anything except for these two. Okay, I'm going to say it again. X can be anything except for these two. So my domain is x equals all real numbers, anything except x cannot equal -4 and x cannot equal 2. If I put -4 here, -4 plus 4 is 0, bad. You cannot divide by 0. Put 2 here, 2 minus 2 is 0, bad. Now, I am going to simplify this, right, and make this fraction reduce. So I cancel the x minus 2 over x minus 2, and a better answer for this fraction is just an x plus 3 over an x plus 4. That's a better answer. It's reduced, right? Okay. Okay, yeah, I know that. Okay. All right, now, let's take a look at number 2. So first of all, x cannot equal 0. If x are 0, I threw in the 0 right here. I'd have 6 times 0 squared. 6 times 0 squared? What is 6 times 0 squared? What is 6 times 0 squared? Is that 0? You can't have 0 on the bottom, so x better not be 0. You okay with that? So I'm going to factor. Remember how we did our first type of factoring on that worksheet? What do these two have in common?
2.
And, yes, and 2x squared, right? So I factored, I'd have x minus 4, and I have a 6x squared, okay? Are we okay with factoring, right? Remember that first part of factoring? Now, I can reduce here. I'm going to reduce this. I'm going to reduce this. So I'm going to have a 1/3. You see my 1/3? My 1/3. And my x squared over my x squared cancels each other out. And we're just left with 1/3 of an x minus 4. That's all I can do. It's reduced. X cannot equal 0. It reduces to 1/3 x minus 4. Okay. Now example 3. I need to factor. Okay. So let's factor. All right. I'm going to factor. And I'm going to factor, right? All right. So what times what makes 4? What times what makes 4?
2 times 2.
Yes. But what else?
1 times 4.
Now the 1 and 4 might make a 5, right? So if we go x minus 1 and x minus 4, that'll work. Now what times what makes 1? What times what makes 1?
1.
How about a -1, -1? You guys, you mind the -1, -1 makes sense, right? So x cannot equal 1. Cannot equal 1. Because if 1 was right here, 1 minus 1 is 0. Or if 1 was right here, 1 minus 1 is 0. So you can't have 1 on the bottom. Now I want to reduce it. So I factored it. Now I want to reduce it. Well, that's easy. I just cancel that with that. And my answer is going to be a x minus 4 over an x minus 1. What do you think? If you can factor, it's not too bad. You guys agree? Okay. Ready to turn the page? If you can factor, today's lesson is not too bad. Okay. All right. All right. Number 2. So number 4 looks like a big problem, but I'm going to factor. Okay, does that make sense? I'm going to factor all 4 of these, and then I'm going to cancel. Okay. All right. So first of all, let's take a look at this first fraction. Okay. And I'm gonna factor. Let's look at the second fraction, and I'm gonna factor. Okay. Factor. Okay. So, all right. Let's do the first part. What times what makes 3? What times what makes 3?
1 times 3.
Yep. Let's do it. A -3 and a +1. You okay with the -3 and a +1? Does that make sense? Because then that will make the -2, right? How about x squared minus 1? We did that on our sheet when we factored. What's that become? Do you guys remember that one? X squared minus 1?
It becomes x plus 1 minus 1.
Good. X plus 1, x minus 1. Good. All right, we did this one too. 63, didn't we do that one? We did that one also, right? What times what makes 63?
Negative 9 and 7.
Positive. X, perfect. X minus 9, X plus 7. Good. And then what times what makes 21?
7 times 3.
Let's go positive 7 and a negative 3. Okay, thumbs up. So here's what I know X cannot be. X cannot be negative 1, 1, negative 7, 3. Okay, cannot equal negative 1. X cannot equal 1. Otherwise, Cookie Monster's sad. Cannot equal negative 7. Cannot equal 3. Otherwise, Cookie Monster's sad. But we can now reduce anything on the top with anything on the bottom. So this X minus 3 can cancel way over here. Like our warm-up. Remember we did our warm-up? I just cross-simplified. And an X plus 7 with an X plus 7, right? What else? Yeah, X plus 1 with X plus 1. And what's left over? Good, and don't cancel those X's. It's really tempting to cancel these X's, but don't, because it's X minus 9. Okay, now, example 5 is like example 4, except we have to do one thing first. What's the first thing I have to do? I see divide. What do I have to do? I see divide. What do I have to do?
Flip it.
Yeah, so let's rewrite it. I'm going to rewrite the whole problem. X squared plus 2x minus 15. X squared minus 3x minus 40 times x squared plus x minus 72 over x squared plus 8x minus 9, right? All right, let's factor, right? Factor, factor, factor. Okay, we flipped it. Now let's factor. Factor, 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 factor. Okay, I'll give you a moment to see if you can factor it. Okay, I'll give you a moment to see if you can factor it. Okay, how about x plus 5x minus 3? Thumbs up on that one? Okay. How about x, let's see, that'd be 10 and 4, right? 10 and 4, yeah. Nope. 8 and 3. 8 and 5. 8 and 5. How about minus 8, x plus 5? How about this one? How about this one? What times what makes 72? What times what makes 72? Good. How about a 9 and an 8, right? Positive 9, negative 8. Good job, Alonzo. And then, what times what makes 9?
3 times 3.
3 and 3, yes, but that's not going to work. Yes, but let's use a different combination.
1 and 9.
Yeah, let's use a positive 9 and a negative 1, right? Now, cancel, 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 right?
Let's do what we cancel. 8.
Cancel.
8 cancels.
Yep, boom, 8, that's gone. What else cancels? Okay, the 9's cancel. What else cancels?
What?
5's cancel.
Oh, I see now.
And what's left?
1, 3.
There's your answer. So our homework, this kind of stuff, that's it. So if you can factor, today's not bad. You're going to go page 183, 1 through 10, all. I'm going to go see if I can find Fernando.